Hello, Frida.
Hi.
So it's okay, huh?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, not bad today.
It's raining here from the last night. Is it raining over there?
Oh, we got a very heavy rain, and I
Oh.
think that I sprayed a few days before that.
Oh.
So I also feel a little bit attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then I today I made some special recipe for radish dice and put some honey
Mm-hmm.
and some garlic
Mm-hmm.
and then soak there for a few hours. Then I make warm drink.
Oh. So your
Yeah,
your radish the color is white or red?
a little bit of purple.
Oh, let me
I
look.
got a yeah, I got different radish. I got a white radish,
Mhm.
purple radish, and also I got a pink radish.
Oh. Mm. So the red is in the Japan. Basically a white, no spicy.
Oh yeah, I got this recipe is from the Japanese book, and
Oh.
it's talk about how to heal coughing. So
Mm-hmm.
if you use radish dice
Mm-hmm.
and soak with honey,
Mm-hmm.
and then make a drink, and it will reduce your coughing.
Reduce coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So last time I asked you to try to read the new pop, Leo 14's face. So let's do it today. I think you prepared more than the that face rate, right? So about the new Pope Leo 14, I think aside for the basic fact that he's the first U.S. born Pope, but we still don't know what kind of new ideas or order he might bring into this world, huh? A world that has already changed so much. But you shared a post with me on X showing that how Pope Leo understands the centrality of the traditional family. He said, founded upon the stable union between a man and a woman. Although the late Pope Francis kept trying to end the discrimination against LGBT in the society, long abbreviation LGBTQI people. I think most of the people on the world go too far with a sexual ideology. It's kind of crazy, you know. It's I feel like the people trying to prove how kind they are. You know, as a parent, I also deeply concerned about the woke mind virus. So I think we still have to wait and see, huh? So how the new Pope Leo, how he would say something or address something to this world. So what do you think from the perspective of the Five Elements and Bazi?
Yeah. I know you mentioned and this, so that's why I made two picture.
Mm-hmm.
But I know the uh, United States is a federal republic of 50 states, and it's a constitutional democracy with a strong emphasis on individual liberties, and which is rooted in 1978 Constitution. So through that's polarized between the two major parties, Democrats and Republicans. So in American, they had 63% of Americans they identified as Christian. So I remember Trump said, imagine what our country could accomplished if we start working together as one people and one God, or saluting one flag. So, like you mentioned, this new Pope, called Leo 14th, and he is the American-born, U.S.-born pontiff. So, but because these two big power in American, so we have to mention, the leader of these two power. So one is the person we talk about today. Maybe a lot of people forward, especially interested, like he is a person back to the traditional. So he disagree with this the one you said, the virus about the transgender, and it's called the work virus.
Work mind virus, yes.
Yeah. So he tried to turning the direction. So that could be quite interesting. So we can dig a little bit about this person. So also with an American, before Donald Trump first be the president, and I was learned, before I was think president is a powerful person in American. But then I realized, no, that's totally wrong. Probably it's Nancy Pelosi that time, because the House Speaker, actually, because they hold the economic power. So, like, if a president want to make a war, between the American and the Michigan, and the House Speaker can reject that, and so not put money for that. So that's why. So this is very important, because American is a republic country and based on the Constitution. So that's why the whole House of the Senator and upper level, lower level, and also the House Speaker, and that part power is a major power. So we cannot ignore that. So we have to deeply to see this. This. That's why I put two people to compare. Then we can to dig a little bit about the situation in American at the moment. So the first I put this and picture about the change in all things, like you said, because it's a new pope. So we want to know who he is, and what element he is, and what kind of thing he could be do. So that's quite important. So I put this any the follower can have a look at this yellow picture. So this is called the the 5 element to match the 5 morals. So that's the one. Then we check the first 3 picture I posed, and it's about these 2 person. So for the Pope, and it's the Bazi is on the left hand, the top one. So actually his fat owner is we call Utu, is young wood. So before we talk more detail about the young wood, we back to the the moral of this 5 element. In China, we have 5 basic element match the morals in life. Like in Chinese we call 仁义礼智信. So but in English, very hard. We just choose one word to explain that. So that's why each of that I choose at least 3 words. So 3 words to explain that. So first, we talk about this soil one. So soil one, we call 性. In English, usually let's say it's face. Okay. So what is this, the 性, the meaning? Because we need to know, this, element power. It's very simple, like, in the universe, or when we communicate with people in Western society, they very care about honest. So they want people speak the truth. But the problem is, sometimes we have 2 words. One is called truth, another is called fact. So people sometimes will think, oh, truth and fact is the same, but actually it's not same. Truth usually is what you see and what you meet or you think is like that, and you telling these things like that. That means you're honest for your truth. But truth, not fact, because everyone sees the truth is different. It's like we had a word that says an elephant is in a room. So some people see the elephant feet, some people see the elephant tail, some people see the elephant foot. So everyone describe the part of the truth is just what they see, but that's not a factor, because if you only see one part of that, you can't see the whole picture, and you only tell the truth but not the factor. So for people is we will like say honest. So what honest mean is you just say your part of truth. That's part of things. Another is you can find the operating rule, or you can think things back to the common sense or cosmetic truth. So we have to understand in this universe. I remember when I see the book I Ching. In English, they translate is about the change. So why is about the change? Because people think everything is not change. That's wrong. The truth is that the fact is everything is change in every moment. So nothing, whatever your relationship, the season, your kids, they are keep change, but you just used to like the way you do. So most people, they cannot follow the change and then stay with honest. Because they sometimes they live in their imagination or they wish. So they set up their wish is think that's the reality or the factor. Then they got so many problem, and they couldn't figure out what is that. So that's why from the first, honest is very important, because when you honest and you honest to every change, like if you're tired, you honest, I'm tired. If you sad, if you honest, I'm sad. But sometimes just people will ignore that, because when people sad, maybe they said, why should you sad? You should be happy, or so that's the difference between this little bit. So when the person's Bazi is young soil, and he is the person hold this power of the faith, and so most time, and with this kind of people, they looks more reliable, and they looks more people can be trustful, You know, sometimes I just give you the feeling about that. We did talk about Vice President J.D. Vance before, because he is young soil person, and actually he got a quite strong soil in his Bazi. So we back to this new pope. So one is a soil, he is a soil, but in his Bazi had another power, because he had from I know he had two soil, but because I'm not sure what time he born. But he had three wood. So we have to back to the wood and talk a little bit. So what wood could be? You know, the wood in the Carrie, have you see? He got a 2 in wood.
Yes.
In the heavenly stem, and one young wood in the earth branch. So he got a 3 wood.
Mm-hmm.
So in the heavenly stem, what it looks like, you know, because the wood is had a root in deeply, you know, underground. Then they had a branch, you know, a big branch. They were going out. So you just think the big branch, it could be the in wood. It sometimes we can use image like it's a hand. So it's a bit like you take something out from your inside and give to others. So that's a give. You know, it's a bit like image like that. Because for soil person, usually we will say for 5 element, because the soil person, the money is water, and the soil like suck water. So generally, soil person is more mean than other element. But if this person is a generate or kindness, so if this person got the wood outside, so that means at least sometimes he will give something out. It's like a hand, you know. You grab something and you give out to others.
Interesting.
That's why we have to talk about the wood, because the wood we use the words is I put 3 words. One is we talk about humility, humanity. Then some people will say the goodness, but deep in wood, that had a very the deep meaning is talk about the generate. So how you understand the generate is like you're not just yourself, and the way you do, you also support next generation. So from the work virus, so what it happened? Because it stopped you to generate next generation. But if that stopped, it's like the wood, you know, it's like died. Because in Asian China, they believe that Ren has the virtue of nutrient. So if the person without Ren in his heart, and he will certainly not have the thought of nutrient, and will not able to love others or nutrient himself. So over the time, then his liver function will fail, and so the wood like withered or died, you know. So that means that your generation is stopped from you. Then no more next generation.
You know what, Fred? I like your explanation of the work mind virus, because most of the people only see the one side of this movement. It's about show your kind,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah. But just what is the kind? So it's like you're raising your kids is because you help your kids to grow up, to to learning more things, then make herself better life. So that's the step. Like if you are really you treat others learn 人, that means you will don't mind that people just step your shoulder to grow up. I think in English they had a very famous song. It's called "You're Raising Me Up." That's the song about the run. So if we talk about run, then you just I remember I had a teacher. Every time he talk about when the traditional I Ching, he will use a song or music to put at the head. So if we just think what is the run's song? You're raising me up. So what we do is we think a long run, like what do we do for the next generation. So when you had a long run view for next generation, that means the way you do your action and is had a lot of love and the support and it's the run generate inside. So that called the run. So for this pop, he had quite strong. So he should be focused on his major part moral of the ren and xin. So that's this two major parts. So that's good for next generation, and so for give them good knowledge about the religion, and also keep his faith for whatever his country or whatever his person he want to protect, and that's the part it's for him is important part.
And about another figure we want to talk about also today is Freda put this two figures picture together. One is a new pop Leo 14, another one is a House Speaker Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Michael Johnson is he's got a very successful this political the victory.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's some people will think he looks a bit soft. So what do you feel about him?
Me, you mean from the image?
Yeah, from the just a
Image.
personal photo.
Kind of more like intellectual, more intellectual, and I think maybe personality is kind of if only from the image of Michael Johnson, I think is he's like intellectual, typical intellectual, and personality kind of like down to earth. Not down to earth. It's hard to say that. Maybe he has his um he own special beliefs, I think.
Yeah. I remember before he become the House Speaker, he already showing and he supported Donald Trump. He had some talk about that, and so we go back to have a look what his the element. Actually, he had a very strong element. He had the element probably major element is mental. So young mental and yin mental, because I set up his the time is a bit looks like he got a one more yin mental. So but we only know three of the parallel line, and so that's fine. And so he's a young mentor. So for young mentor, we have to talk about the moral of the mental moral is E. So what is E mean? For his image, it's more like it's like you have a weight. Usually we will see in even Western country, and they will have a picture is showing a weight. Like you have to balance to weight left hand, right hand, then you make a just adjust the just take from that. So the E for Chinese is like we can say it's like a businessman, the weighting things on a scale. So those who are unjust, they cannot upholding the justice for others with a sense of justice. So waiving the right and wrong. So it's advocating for justice. So that means, some people will think E is means you're brave, you're bravely, doing some. No. People often bravely doing wrong things. Like I bravely to take a drug. That's wrong things, So you have to thinking, the whole things, and balance. Like we said. I remember had a famous sentence is like sometimes we will go with logic from one way, but we need also go logic from another way.